Hi, Anthony. I know Vic was telling us he'll get a better sense on whether Jerome's ready to play in a game for practice today. The way he's looked to you, just moving around, would it surprise you if he plays Sunday? How does he look to you?
Just kind of take it one day at a time. Did a good job yesterday, so really just see how he does today. And it's like I said, it's a process, and then we just kind of go day by day with him.
For a guy who's out that long, is it mentally, physically, like what is the biggest thing? I don't know if it's like riding a bike, but like what's the biggest getting back to football thing when you're out?
Probably, for him, the biggest thing is obviously for anybody, the speed of it, just getting back out there doing it. The benefit to him is he's super smart. I've said that to you guys a lot, but he is like elite level smart. And as somebody who's not that smart, it's very impressive to me. But no, you could kind of, you go right back into where you left off with him, honestly, in terms of, his ability to process things and see things and communicate and all that. So that's really just a great thing as a coach. It's gives you a level of comfort as a coach. So I think he's done a great job. He's a guy that I think everybody on his team, loves, and I certainly love coaching him. Just a tremendous person, and gives you tremendous effort all the time. I think he's done a really good job, even from a leadership perspective. In that position, he's taken over the green dot while Bake was out. So I think he's done a really good job to this point. Proud of him, proud of his effort and all the work he's put into it.
Sorry to talk over you. Back to Baker, he's someone that could maybe give you a little help with the pass rush. You're down two guys.
Yeah, he's always been a guy that's done a lot of things here, So he has he's got a wide range of skills. So in the past, we've done that with him. So and he's got a knack for it. Bake really does have a good gauge of that. Rushing on the edge or blitzing from the second level. So anytime he's in there, you feel good about him as a pass rusher.
Duke acknowledged that it was kind of a tough game. He was involved on a pair of touchdowns. Maybe not.
You said Duke?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was kind of tough. It wasn't maybe not directly on him on 2 touchdown passes, but over maybe some teaching points. I know the first one, the running back touchdown pass, and then the kind of busted coverage on the Zay Flowers 75.
Yeah, I think one of those is communication, and then I really just kind of chalk them up to me. There's no bad soldiers, only bad generals, is the way I look at it. So I got to do a better job coaching them. And I'm the general of that room, so that's on me. And I think I got to do a better job preparing the guys and getting them in better position. When I tell you that's a guy that does everything you ask of him, he'll play through anything, do everything, and do all the extra. For me, I put that on myself. That's my honest answer to you. So I got to do a better job coaching them.
Coach, does Tua often pop by the linebackers room, or is it just for creating handshakes only?
I think just for creating handshakes and coming in. Sometimes we have some great Italian food in there and stuff like that. So he'll stop. He always pops in. He's right down the hall. He's like 2 rooms away. So we get a lot of traffic with quarterbacks, and the D line's right next to us too, outside linebackers. So it's like a bus station in there. Guys are coming and going every day. So I appreciate that whenever they stop in. We enjoy that.
Talked a lot about how you guys are going to try to make up for the loss of Bradley from an X's and O's standpoint, but what about from a leadership and emotional standpoint?
It's hard to fill a void like that because the guy is so beloved in the locker room. By the coaches and the players. So we're going to miss, obviously, his personality out there. He's just a great human being. That guy, if you can't coach that guy, you shouldn't coach, honestly. I mean, everybody in here loves him as a teammate. You love coaching him. He's a great human being. So I think everybody's obviously feels for him. And I talked to him yesterday, honestly, when he was on the phone there on FaceTime, and he's just a great guy. Yeah.
How did he seem when you talked to him?
He's just an upbeat guy. He's a guy that, kind of looks at it like adversity is an opportunity, and he's going to push through it. And, excited, honestly, I think, to get back to work and get himself healthy. I think that's the way, through something like that and surgeries and stuff like that, that's kind of, obviously, in this business, the mentality you have to have, and he's got the right mentality. He's just a super upbeat guy and great person.
What's the best thing you think David Long has given your defense this year?
He's a buzzsaw. You know, he's tough. He's physical. You know, he's very locked in. He's got the right demeanor, and he brings a toughness to our defense, in my opinion. You know, I think we got a lot of tough guys, but David is definitely one of them, and he's plays with a lot of passion. He really does. You know, I think you could probably see that if you watch him play. He's an emotional guy. I'm a pretty emotional guy myself, so I appreciate that. And I really, it's been a joy to coach him that way.
We've seen you deliver motivational talks on Hard Knocks. I'm curious, when you want to be motivated, is there something or somebody you think about or listen to, or?
No, I think, I just think like all of us, the greatest motivating factor is, you know, the people you love and people you represent. And for me, that's my family, and that's the way I look at it. You know, my children, my mother, my father, and wife, all that. That's, I think, is for everybody. You know, you guys all want to do a good job. We all want to do a good job, and you know, you want to represent the people you love well. And I think that's everybody's probably deepest motivation. I don't want to speak for everybody, but you know, that's probably what motivates me to answer your question.
It seems like every team takes on the personality of the head coach in one way or another. And you know, with this team, we hear you saying adversity is an opportunity. We hear that from other players and coaches. It seems like just kind of naturally. Do you guys kind of yourself kind of notice that you're kind of taking on Mike's kind of company lines, or so to speak, or?
I would say it's less a company line than just people believe that. You know, he does that every day. He approaches work like that every day. I think what you see of Mike is exactly what he is. You know, he's very genuine. He cares. He loves the guys he coaches. I think the players feel that. You know, he cares about the guys he coaches with. So that's all genuine. And obviously, when you know you lose, or you don't get the result. Like part of that, that's what affects you. That you're emotionally invested in each other, and we're emotionally invested in the players, and we want them to do well. They work their ass off, and you want them to have success, and it bothers you, on an emotional level if you don't get it done. And the only thing to do is get right back to work. If you're working with people you care about, and he's created that environment in here, you are emotionally invested. You want to get it done for the right reasons, in my opinion. And yeah, I think to answer your question, hopefully I am. I think he's done a great job of creating an environment where that trickles down to everybody, and we do believe that adversity is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to give your best next time around.
Yeah, just piggybacking off that, off the adversity question, we've heard a lot of guys talk about the you can'ts, people saying you can't or you couldn't do something. I'm curious in your own experience, like coming up as a coach in high school, is there something you think about when you hear you can't to your journey here?
Yeah, I think about stuff like that a lot. I worked a lot of jobs before I was, and while I was doing those, I was thinking about, this. What do you want to do? What direction you want to go, and how you're going to make it happen. I was really fortunate that I grew up with a guy, my father, who was he was an animal, like in all the right ways, all the best ways. He kind of forced you to see all the great things about yourself and not pay attention to the naysayers and negativity. And I think the greatest thing you could do for somebody is believe in them. And me and my brothers, honestly, we're very fortunate that way, that we grew up with a guy, he believed in us no matter what. And kind of like we were talking about before, the environment you create, that helped me probably more than anything. He was just adamant that everybody, as long as you're tough enough, you want to do the work, you can get to where you want to go. That probably was the biggest factor for me.